All right. So it's Wednesday, 11/13. It's exactly 2 months from my birthday. So everybody just remember. Let's go ahead and go into our spaces. Today, the guides want to remind us once again to reflect. We all go through life with memories, imprints, influences. When we are a child, we remember something one way, but our parents will remember it a different way. As a teenager, you hold on to things one way, your memory of how things happened. You hold on to those stories. Those imprints stay on your soul. Some of the influences have touched us in a way that inspired us. Some kicked us in our faces, in our guts while we were down. As humans, we tend to hold on to the lower vibrational frequencies, the pain, the hurt, the resentments, everything that went wrong. We are programmed to keep our focus there. But what if we take all of those imprints, those experiences? What if we look back and reflect and change our perspective on the way that things really happened? Think, sit in this space, break it down one by one. I'm going to give you an example. High school. How many of us say high school was horrible? I'm one. I am guilty. When I started to heal, look at things from that higher perspective, I can look back at some of those things that were knives in my heart. I've been able to pull those knives out and let those wounds heal. Yes, words hurt. Yes, people are mean. Yes, this can be a cruel, cruel world. But yes, people are kind. And yes, We have been touched by angels in our lives and in our memories and our moments. And yes, we can heal from all of those things. November is such an amazing and beautiful month. 11, going right into that hibernation period. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over because they want you to be reminded that we need to hibernate too. What a better time there is to grab a journal, hot coffee or cocoa, a nice warm blanket, light a candle or a fire, pull in that flame. They highly suggest you light a fire or a candle, burn a flame, and really sit back and look. Take whichever moment you want. Recognize how strong, resilient, smart, and loving you are. Look back on the last year. Look back how differently you have done things, how you have shifted yourself, your mindset. Maybe not in all things, but I know you have. They are asking you to recognize that. Reflect on the changes you have made in your life. Reflect on how those things from the past are no longer stabbing you. Reflect on all the mountains that you have climbed. Look back down into those valleys and don't say to yourself, man, that was hard. That was crazy. Say to yourself, I fucking did that. I'm a badass. I just climbed this mountain. I got all the energy for the next one because I'm in a different mindset. I got my right shoes on. I got equipment. This is not like the mountains you climbed before. You have tools and you've had them the whole time. Look, acknowledge, shift the memory, shift the vibration and the frequency. Recognize why those things happened and how they benefited you. Everything comes into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Reflect. Now, all the guides are here. It is busy this morning. So let's go into our spaces with our guides for a few moments. Don't judge, don't look for anything, just sit and feel and know. go ahead and bring our attention back to our fingertips and our toes. All right, open up our eyes when we are ready. Before we go into our intuition test, I want to say welcome, Roz. Roz has been on our meditations, and guys, she just had a baby. So let's congratulate Roz. We were here holding space for her during one of the transitions she had, and yeah, very, very happy for her. So let's congratulate her. Now, let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was happy to see you here. I was like, oh, she must be up with that baby. That baby's got Roz up.
Oh, we've been up since 5.
Yeah, I already knew. I was like, oh, she must be up. She said, might as well join the meditation. I love it. Might as well, right? Let the baby in on it too. Yeah,
Exactly.
I love it. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and rub this out. All right. What is in my hand? All right. 3, 2, 1. An evil eye bracelet. Did anyone see leather, feel leather, hear leather, an eye, blue? Did anybody see jewelry, feel jewelry? See something round, perhaps? I'm watching you. I'm watching you. This is how our guides watch us. All right, guys. And again, it's okay if you didn't. We are exercising. We are simply exercising. I've been saying this for a while, but just a dark jewel ball. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was jewelry. That's what I said. So even if you heard jewelry, oh, I just know that it's jewelry. You know what I mean? Anything like that, guys. Yeah. We just keep exercising, keep going. Starting next week, and now I know why they had me pull back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I've been hearing in my head to take these live on TikTok and I've been refusing. I'm like, no, I'm going to keep this space like this, pulling back. My TikTok page, I posted a video. I just wanted to sell some sweaters. It blew up, so I'm going to capitalize on that and take advantage of it. So I'm going to go live, start going live. So this will remain the same. The only thing that's going to be different is going to be a little bit of another camera behind the computer going this way. And I am going to be going live on TikTok as well. So yeah, so that's it. Just going to be switching up a little bit next week to pull in my manifestations that I've been asking for and pulling in. And I'm super excited about all the things that are coming my way. So, guys, be excited about all the things that you've been doing because I promise you, if you sit back and reflect, it's going to be a lot more than you think it has. Look back at the things that have happened, like, Kayla and I were talking a Sunday after the event. And she, something had happened in her life, and she was saying, gosh, just like last year, I would not have reacted that way. I would have been panicked. I would have been like a nervous wreck. Da da da. Jill had a great epiphany going through some things that these guys were creating in their head, and it was getting created out of fear. And she was able to see it instead of getting involved in their fear or co-signing their fear. Jill was in a place where she could be like, wow, I can actually see that you guys are creating that story around fear. She was able to see it. And then when you start seeing those things, then it's because you're recognizing it in your own field. Oh my God, I'm like this because blah, blah, blah. I'm like this because of blah, blah, blah. I know when people comment stupid shit on my social media, it's like, I used to get super triggered. I still get annoyed. Literally at the end of this meditation, we were sitting in that quiet space. I had to start putting my hand on my heart because somebody had commented, where's the racism? And it was a Caucasian person. Like, so a Caucasian person is gonna tell me that racism doesn't exist. So I was sitting there trying to calm myself down, breathing, and my eyes started like flittering towards the end. And that's why I don't know if you noticed, I didn't open my eyes or stretch right away at the end of this one because I was still like bringing that energy down and calming myself down, right? Because I'm like, oh, okay, something's there. I'm angry. Don't do that. Pull it down. Bring it down, Kim. You know what I mean? Stories that I say. So it's that's why I say this isn't about anybody else. This is about us. How am I reacting? Who am I? How am I thinking about things and what story am I telling myself and what words are coming out of my mouth because of that perspective? And is it serving me? Is it working for me? So it all comes back down to you. And when you recognize this, that's when you start to recognize all of that. And it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. And because everybody's been following along on my journey, update on my stepson. I reached out. I put a little white flag out. He ripped the white flag out and demanded that I apologize once again to someone that I do not owe an apology to. And maybe, and I'm still here trying to figure out, is that my ego? Is that my heart? Where is this? And at the end of the day, I know that I am aligning with my higher self in this situation. I'm not, my guides are like, do not say sorry because I'm going to put myself back into that lower vibration of where Kim was always apologizing. Kim is always apologizing. Kim's the one always saying sorry. And then everybody believes because Kim said sorry that Kim was the one that was wrong, validating their egos. So that's where I'm at. So I've made the decision after that to completely step out of his life. I do not want any reconciliation. I don't want anything from him or his wife or anything. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. So, I talked about it a lot and nothing had really happened or going on, but just to be completely transparent, things go on in my life too. And it isn't all hunky dory, and relationships aren't perfect because when you put boundaries up, when you love yourself so much that you no longer allow other people to disrespect you or take from you or just suck all the energy out of you, that's what happens. And it's okay. It's okay. As long as we stay focused here, anything that is removed from your space is removed because it does not belong there. Keep your side of the street clean, keep yourself balanced, and then everything that comes, it's because that is for your highest good and you don't doubt it ever. So, um, one of my guides kicked me in the beginning when we dropped in. They formed a V behind me, and there was a foot painted push not super hard on my sacrum. I know what I got to do. Yeah, Christina, I'm telling you, as soon as we sat here, there was a lot of energy. Ratty just said, is it uplifting or bringing me down? Exactly. Exactly. And it's so crazy because the epiphany that I had, and think about all of us, right? How many of us have issues with our parents? And we think about what they did and how they did and the resentments that we hold against our parents, right? Same thing that's happening. My stepson has a lot of resentments against me. My mom said, you guys, you and your sister only remember the bad things. You don't remember any of the good things that your father and I did for you. She was absolutely right. I was so focused on all the way that my parents had hurt me, how they had all the things that they didn't do for me, that I never focused on all the things they had done for me, how hard they had worked, how hard they had tried. Oh, and I'm going to get emotional. And this is a girl who would tell you 10 years ago, I hate my dad. I hate my dad. I fucking can't stand my dad. I could never say that now. I actually defended him against my mom 2 weeks ago. And I was like, that was huge, huge, huge. I defended him. I've never defended my father in my life. And I defended him for the first time in 2 weeks. Shifts. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. It might happen 10 years because that's how long it took for me to defend my father. But I'll be damned. If 12 years since I've been reunited from him, since I defended him. I said, you know what? He's doing his best, Mom. He's doing his best. And I truly believe that. So the things that my kids are going to hold against me or think about me, that's their perception. I obviously hurt him and he's holding on to that hurt and he cannot see all the things that I did for him. So that's the epiphany that I had yesterday when my guides were like, you hated your parents for you. And I was like, oh my God, they are so right. So what I did this morning was I just sent everyone love and I just sent love, sent love, sent love, sent love because I'm mad at my stepson for feeling entitled and doesn't he know everything I did for him? My parents said the same thing to me. And I was like, oh my God, I did the same thing to my parents. I just, for so many years, was like, you did this to me. You did this and you didn't do this and blah, 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 blah. But didn't think about the 2 jobs they worked, the trauma they went through. Why am I crying? God damn it. Um, when you start to shift and heal, your frequency changes. It turns into love. And when you can be love and when you are love and when you love yourself, that's when you are capable of loving others. So the things that are happening with my stepson are also making me recognize there's still that little girl that looked at, who's crying, that little girl inside of me who is finally able to love and embrace her parents. So let the shifts happen, let the growth happen. But right now in this month, reflect, reflect. See, this is reflection. Like when you can look back and be like, gosh, I don't think like that anymore. I'm really not angry and hateful. I truly can see where they're coming from, why they did the things that they did, and still hold space for them and love them. So yeah, I told my mom yesterday when she was micromanaging around a wipe after a pee, I told her no. I'm not gonna read that. Oh my God, Melinda. Yeah, you kind of gotta just like say things like that, right? Yeah, same with you and your 12-year-old. Full circle moment. Yeah, Roz. And it's funny because she's 12 and now you have this new baby, and this baby's going to be raised in such a different vibration. Like Ethan was 14 when our little ones were born, and even like who I am when he was that age compared to how my kids are going to be. And stepmomming and momming are two totally, totally completely different things. But yeah, you come full circle, you reflect, you have these ideas. You know what I mean? So I encourage you guys to also reflect, go back, think about how you think about things differently. And it really does shift you into a vibration of, yes, gratitude, gratitude. And then hopefully you hope that people will also show gratitude for you. But that's ego. Anyway, guys. All right. Everyone have a great day. Did anyone else want to share? I did a lot of talking this morning. Anyone else going through anything? Any shift we want to share? Space. All right, guys.
Hey, it's Ratty here. I just want to say that I've gone through the probably one of the worst depressions I've ever had. And I'm like, a couple of days ago, I'm like, if I don't shift this, I'm checking out. And so I've been hot on it with this whole, does it uplift me or does it bring me down? And just shifting in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. And I am doing better.
I
So,
honestly, that's honestly, guys, what she just said, that's exactly what I asked myself about my stepson. I said, does this relationship, and I thought about the last all the since I've been with my husband, right? Has that brought anything positive into my life? And when I looked back, it was so sad, but no, nothing. And I said, what does it actually it has brought turmoil. It brought a lot of negative vibrations. His mom is a Christian nationalist. Hey girl, hey Becca, in case you're watching, because I know They like to stalk all of my stuff and see what I'm saying about them. And that's why I'm completely transparent, because I just am anyway. It was rough. And that's why I said, my ego wanted an apology for all the shitty things that I've been put through. And then I was like, that was simply the question that I asked myself. Is this bringing anything positive into my life, or is it bringing negative things into my life? And this list was just way bigger. And I was trying to make amends for my children. And honestly, it had nothing to do with me. Nothing. It was his wife is pregnant. I wanted my husband and my children to have a relationship with this new baby. I could honestly, and I mean it, and I'm not saying it in a hateful way, I could care less if I have a relationship with that child. I haven't even spoken to my stepson in 3 years. Why? It's about my husband and my children. I wanted to make amends for them. I did, and it didn't work out. But now I can be okay with that. So with anything, ask yourself, because that's like the biggest turmoil. Other than that, nothing in my life is really an issue. That's like the only issue I have going on in my life that I wanted to fix. I can't fix something when it's going to go one way. It's still one way. Um, uh, but ask yourself that. What is it? Is it bringing something positive into my life, or is it bringing, how did she put it? Is it uplifting me or bringing me down? Is this uplifting me and bringing something positive into my life? Is it adding something, or is this bringing me down, keeping me in a negative frequency, lowering me in a vibration? Because even if it is to recognize it, and that's what I'm doing now. Why am I still mad? Why am I still mad? I'm still mad. I can't be mad. I'm not loving him. I'm not. Truth be told, I'm being a bitch. I'm not coming correct in this situation. I'm not being love and light. I'm being resentful. I'm still mad. So again, can I say never? But right now it's just, and that's why I say recognize, how am I showing up? What's really going on? Because it's never about them. It's about you. Go back here. Ask yourself those questions. Yeah, looking to see if anything else is coming up. But all right, guys. Anybody else want to share? Let's talk. I'm good. Okay. All right, guys. So then I will see you Friday. Friday will be the last time where it's just us. And then starting next week, I'm going opening it up. Let's see what happens. The little girl inside of me is like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, but I keep hearing it, so I'm gonna do it. So all right, guys, I love you all, and I'll see you Friday. Everyone have a kick-ass hump day. All right, bye, guys.